Looking good, Derek D.
Thanks, Alan. Ian, how are you?
All right,
Good.
Monday.
Yes, it is. It's Monday. BMW goes retro for a new concept car, Porsche CEO gets bugged, and Korea drops a supercar. What's up, everybody? I'm Derek D, and you are watching Fastlane Daily. And I bet you thought it was over, but nope. We got more Jay Leno later in the show.
Fastlane Daily is brought to you by Royal Purple, the performance oil that outperforms.
Well, it's been 30 years since BMW caused sensory overload with its first and only mid-engine car, the M1. This past weekend, BMW celebrated that anniversary with a new concept car that pays homage to the M1, which faded from view in the early 1980s. It's the BMW M1 Homage. The company unveiled the updated M1 show car at the Concorso di Eleganza at Italy's Villa d'Este. And the show car is really all the M1 Homage is. With no interior and BMW offering no clues on powertrain, the M1 is purely a design study. No word on whether the M1 is a preview of the rumored BMW supercar, sometimes called the M10, but the M1 concept will definitely finish top 10 at the next Angriest Cars de Eleganza in Belmar, New Jersey. Yes. Porsche CEO is watching his back today. That after a plot to bug his hotel room was reportedly foiled by his private security detail. Porsche boss Wendelin Wiedekind was visiting the Volkswagen headquarters in Wolfsburg, Germany in November of last year. That's when a baby monitor was found behind a couch at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. This week, Germany's Der Spiegel magazine reports Porsche and Volkswagen have filed charges against unknown persons in connection with the bugging. Some say the suspect answers to the name Pookie and is said to keep late hours and randomly spit up on people. What an asshole. South Korean supercars 1, Kim Jong-il 0. Korea's Ulium Motors showed off its new Spira S at the Beijing Auto Show last week. It's powered by a Hyundai Source 2.7-liter V6. With a supercharger, the V6 produces 391 horsepower and 256 pounds-feet of torque. The company claims a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds and a top speed of 190 miles per hour. Next up, an Eternal Porsche gets some upgrades, followed by more Jay Leno week right after this. Love Fastlane Daily? Good. Subscribe to us on your favorite internet video provider, or I'll come over there and give you an atomic wedgie. Chump. What's up? Back when the ancient Incas built the first Porsche 911 out of adobe bricks and llama crap, no one thought it would become the car we know today. Now word is the 911 is getting an upgrade for 2010. Car and Driver says the 911 Carrera's 3.6-liter flat six will likely get a 20 horsepower bump to 345 horsepower and 288 pound-feet of torque. The 3.8-liter 911 Carrera S may get an even greater 30 horsepower uptick to 385 and 310 pound-feet. That in addition to a new 7-speed dual-clutch sequential manual transmission with launch control. C&D also says rumors of the new touchscreen hard disk navigation system with iPod and Bluetooth interfaces could be on the way. No word on a release date, but we'll likely see it in time for the 2009 Frankfurt Auto Show. Can't wait. Next up, it's more Jay Leno week on Fastlane Daily, starting right now.
Welcome to Fastlane Daily. Matt from New York Motor Club here, and we're at Jay Leno's garage. Are you a racetrack guy? Do you ever go out on the track with any of your stuff?
I have great respect for race car drivers. You know, people in my position think they can afford something. Oh, well, they must be pretty good at it. You know, race car driving is like sex. All men think they're great at it until you talk to the other person and they go, I'm not so much. You know, and so to me, I like to go out and I have a good time. I drive my cars by myself. I go up, I tear through the hills, I have fun.
What's your favorite road?
Oh, I think Mulholland up through Malibu is pretty good. I like that area there. DeAngelis Crest is good. You know, when you get to a racetrack, it's the next level. You know, and one time I got to drive the pace car a bunch of times. And one day I'm at Indy, and Parnelli Jones is sitting next to me. So we're going around the race, and we're in a Monte Carlo. And I got my foot in it.
Which is a well-known good track car, right?
Well, it was set up to be the pace car, so it had suspension change. And we're on about 125, and So Parnelli takes the wheel. He goes, I let go of the wheel. So he's sitting in the passenger seat like this. And he goes, here's what you want to do. And he's got his foot on the gas floor.
All the way across the car?
Leaning over. So we're going about 1/3. He goes, what you want to do is get as close to the wall. And the passenger mirror on the outside is just going like this.
Inches?
No, not inches. Just he's just putting enough paint on the mirror from the wall, not to rub the paint off, but just to put white paint on the mirror. So when I pulled over, I could go like that and
scrape it come right off?
Yeah, and he didn't scrape, but he was like the, just close enough, just
in a Monte Carlo from the passenger
seat, like this. And he's what, 70? And I'm going, I can't do this. I can't do that. And then one day I did a celebrity race with, again, it was Parnelli and Dan Gurney, and I figured, well, it's the Toyota Celebrity Grand Prix. Well, I'll just have fun, And I checked,
was that the Celicas? Were you driving Celicas?
Yeah. And I checked my tire pressure, and I go, okay. And I look over, and I see Parnelli Jones on the ground with a file, just taking some of the sidewall off. So I go, what are you doing? He goes, we're racing. Celebrity, So then I get behind Dan Gurney. I go, I'm just going to do what Dan Gurney does.
Yeah.
Dan Gurney brakes, I brake. And I go, okay, so I'm right on his tail. I go, well, this is very easy, And then after about 2 laps, he's a little ahead of me. I'll try to catch up. And I go, where's Dan Gurney? I look in my rearview mirror. He's behind me. How did that happen? We're in the same car. How did that happen? Okay, and that's what it is. It's so. I mean, race car driving is not unlike soccer or football. You're an athlete. It's an athletic event, and you've got to be really good at it. But it just because. It's like talking. All men think they're funny because they can talk, and all men drive, so they think they can drive like a race car. So I have no pretend. I have great respect for these guys. I don't pretend that I could do what they do. They used to say that Sterling Moss could read a newspaper at 20 feet. And
do you believe it?
Yeah, I think he could. I mean, their hand-eye reactions are that much better than you or I or the average person.
Well, I'm a terrible race car driver and I'm not funny, so.
No, but I mean,
I thought I was funny until I came in here and blanked.
I have fun with it. I have a good time with it, but I don't pretend. Nothing funnier to me when you see the rich guy and he's got the suit like this. It's pulling because his gut is sticking out, and he gets in his race car and he's got his trailer. I like to go sit in the pits, watch, be respectful. Hey, if I get a ride in the car, great. Let me do a couple laps, great. But no, I don't pretend that I'm like, yeah, I can handle that because I can afford it.
Next time on Fastlane Daily.
Most people have never heard a T-head Mercer or even know what a T-head engine sounds like.
Yeah.
For exclusive test drives of the cars in Jay's collection, check out jaylenosgarage.com.
Well, that wraps up Fastlane Daily for Monday. Tune in tomorrow when we bug Bob Lutz with Alan's homemade ham radio. It's a Big 10-4. Over and out.